Welcome to the Zoom Test Kitchen, where the magic happens live. Every Friday we're on air, testing tech to thrive. From screen share to breakout rooms, we push Zoom to its max. So sit back, relax, and let's see what's in our tech hacks. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. We'll dive into the settings, explore every single tab. Make sure your mic is clear, your camera not a drab. We'll show you how to host like a pro, manage like a king. With Zoom Test Kitchen, you'll be zooming with a zing. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. Whether you're new to Zoom or an expert in disguise, we've got tips and tricks. We'll open up your eyes. From polls to quizzes, we test functionalities. Join us live, see what Zoom does with ease. So if your meetings lag, or you can't share your screen, or if your audio echoes like you're stuck in between, we've got solutions, we'll show you how it's done. Zoom Test Kitchen, where Zoom fun has begun. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. So tune in, don't miss out on this tech fest we lead. Every Friday, Zoom Test Kitchen, where you'll succeed. We'll make your Zoom meeting smooth, keep the tech in check. In the Zoom Test Kitchen, we've got your back, no wreck. So tune in, don't miss out on this tech fest we lead. Every Friday, Zoom Test Kitchen, where you'll succeed. We'll make your Zoom meeting smooth, keep the tech in check. In the Zoom Test Kitchen, we've got your back, no wreck. These lyrics capture the essence of what the Zoom Test Kitchen does, focusing on testing and teaching about Zoom functionalities.
Mike, does that really look like John Drinkwater?
Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. We've got your back, no wreck. We've got your back, no wreck. These lyrics capture the essence of what the Zoom Test Kitchen does, focusing on testing and teaching about Zoom functionalities in the fun, engaging way.
Well, hi, everyone. Sorry, that took me a second. Welcome to the kitchen. We are cooking today with Zoom Tiles for Zoom, 1.2.0, which is out today. And if you were watching the beginning, you can see that now you can have lots of different things, not as your placeholders, but there's more to get to. We'll start by saying hello to a few folks. Mike Latta, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, Mr. Peskin.
Good.
Looking forward to see what you're about to break today.
We're definitely going to break stuff. Oh my goodness, look at all these folks coming in. Ray Harwood, I've missed you, my friend. How are you?
I've missed you guys too. I've been staying pretty busy and decided this afternoon I would spend a little test kitchen time on.
Love it. You got some serious props last week. I think it was John was talking about we're talking about the community champions and how the platform is changing, but then he was looking at some stats, and you're the all-time king of the world. as it turns out.
I've been around the block several times. Yes.
You have indeed. And you're here, which is like
Yeah.
amazing. The eternal community champion, John is calling you. John Drinkwater ain't so bad either. How you doing, John? We can't hear you or see you. This is perfect. This is just the way I like it with John. He can't hear us to see us. We can't hear him to see him. John, if you're able to join us, do I want to hear you? Yes. I was hoping to hear you, but that's okay. Oh my Lord. Wait, that's not right. There's something very, very wrong.
John's wearing a mask.
Yeah, he looks like
He's incognito.
you look like a killer, like a murderer. That's terrible. Robert Sababity, save me from him.
Just going to say, will the real John Drinkwater please
Right.
stand up? Please stand up.
He blames the Windows update. The Inwoods update or the Windows updart, as he writes in the chat.
Okay, fair enough. I'm doing much better, thanks. They've been off the grid for a while. Just come
what
back
was going on? There was illness going around Poland.
Yeah,
what was it?
We had a
Really?
viral infection, just the whole of the head, just sinuses, throat. It was really bad, and then some of it turned into bacterial infections, so people had to take antibiotics. But it's taken 3 weeks to get out of that. So, but we're up on our feet, up and running, and
Wow.
Just I heard your question about last night on the rundown, so just wanted to let you know that I am also on Google Workspace. So yes, I use Gemini for all of my agent integrations between calendars and email and everything else that can be done.
Yep.
And so it's good. It's good.
Yeah, there's the thing I was talking about last night is that they just, I mean, there's a few things coming out from Gemini, which is not for the show, but personal, what's it called? Personalized. They're releasing this thing personalized, but personalized AI. But within Google Drive, they updated. Let's see if it's working out. No, it's still not working. I don't know. Maybe I have to be in a different account. But there's some of it's working actually. There's you can now e-sign things in Google Docs. You can get audio overviews of a PDF in Google Drive now. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do.
And editing PDFs is also good in Google
editing,
Docs.
Yeah.
But the e-sign, I think there was a bit of a misunderstanding yesterday. I don't think everyone grasped that e-sign is actually an official signature. It's
so that's interesting because they call it. I'm almost positive that they called it e-sign in here in Google. Maybe I'm wrong.
What makes it official, Robert?
e-sign is an organization that allows you to
they call it e-signature. Sorry,
e-signature is not the same.
Yeah. No, my apologies. So this is I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, I didn't make myself co-host. That's why I can't do it. Sorry, bear with me for a second. I'm going to take this. I'm going to make co-host, and then I'll be able to do this and that and that. And he did it for me. So here's in Google Docs, you've got now e-signature. And so you can now add fields to this and ask for signatures, initials, name, text field, which is really, really nice.
So let me ask if I may, for those of you that understand this part, because I'm not a really Google guy, but there are a number of e-signature apps out there. Adobe's got one of them, and there are several. Is this really just another one of those, or is there something special about this one that I'm not aware of?
I think it's as simple as I don't have to take this document, export it as a PDF, import it into another tool, sign up for that tool, and then use it. I can simply go right here and say, I'd like a signature right there, please. And then I can request the e-signature and type and put their name in. Boom. So is it fancier? No, maybe not. This has send automatic reminders, which is nice. I mean, I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. Let me actually, you know what I'll do here? I will invite myself to sign something and put that there. And I'm going to request an e-signature from, I don't even know what account I'm in. Let's do this one. David at tsna.org. And the message is, hi, David. Please sign this. English. I'm not going to do request e-signature. So now.
So it does say PDF, so it generates a PDF.
Yes, it creates a new PDF in the folder below, AJR. Okay. So now let me get out of this and let's look in the folder AJR. I probably should have. Oh, there it is. Right. So this is the drive file that I was using. And so here's the new one, which is a PDF. You can see there's the spot for it. So now what I need to do is I need to check my mail and see if, so this is just showing me that it was sent. I requested an e-signature. I don't want to do that. Okay. But now let me change to the other account and we'll see what it looks like when you receive it. So here it is. I click on this. New e-signature request. Hi, David, please sign this. Sign. Sign. Enter your full name. David Paskin. DP. Adopt and sign. Okay. Then I mark complete. I have read. Agree and continue. Okay. So that's done now. So now if I go, and now this is going to tell me that just that it's done. My signature is done. So now if I go back, e-signature completed, I can open it from this account and I can see it's done. And here's a note on the side about the whole, this is actually very nice, I have to say. Oh, see, here it is. So here's this is what I was looking for the other day. View e-signature. Create an audio over. This is what I saw the other day, so it's only when there's an e-signature attached to it. What is view?
Yeah, but David, what I don't understand is whether this is just a simple e-signature. In other words, it's a graphical form of your name and your surname, or whether it's a digital signature, which is it has a digital signature goes in line with the e-sign Act, I think it's called in the US, whereby there's a full digital trail of who opened it, who signed it. And there is some
so
sort
look at this. Look. This is really interesting.
Oh, it is down below, is it?
Yep. So look at the very bottom. It added a page with an audit trail.
Mm-hmm.
File name, status timestamp, and then activity, sent, signed, completed.
Yeah, but I think this is the verified e-signature, which is the audit trail. It's not a digital signature. It hasn't.
Right. I don't know what makes it official or not, but this looks pretty darn official.
So to me, the real thing would come if you were to try to go in and modify that document. If you had a signature on it,
so
and
this
then
is
you
a
said,
PDF.
no, I don't want benefits and challenges of a digital Torah story. I want the risks and blah blah and something else. Could you go in and change it, and that signature still just be sitting there, or is there something that says no, you can't do that because this is a signed document?
Okay, so what I did is I downloaded this document from Google, the signed document, and this is a PDF now. So, I mean, I don't think I can edit it. Do
you have the full Adobe?
No, I don't.
Okay.
If if you want to edit it, put it into your Google Drive and open it with Google Docs if it's an editable document.
So so this is it in Google Drive. There's no way for me to open this as
Yeah, but you have to open it as a Google Doc in order to edit it.
No, I understand.
Google
There's
Drive.
no way for me to do that though, is what I'm saying. There's no.
You can't do it because this is the PDF. Obviously, you could go edit the original file.
Right,
Which was
exactly.
before
This is the
PDF.
original file, and of course I can edit this. There's nothing here. Yeah, but the PDF is. Look, it's a PDF. I don't know how we can debate how secure PDFs are, and if e-signatures make them more secure. But I can tell you, just looking at it. I mean,
Yeah, but David, you opened it as a PDF. You need to right click and open it as a Google Doc if you want to be able to edit it in your Google Drive.
So there is, you can't do that though.
Yes, you can. Go up, open with, look to the right,
sorry.
Google Docs.
My apologies.
Now see if you can edit anything. Bang. There's your answer. It's no good. It's just a simple electronic signature, nothing.
Well,
it isn't
that's
digitally signed.
I was all excited about this.
It's an image. Scroll down to the bottom to see if there's the trail.
Yeah, so you'd have to delete that too.
Right. That's a shame. All right. Well,
that to me is the I don't know how Google is getting around. And anybody can take the contents of a PDF document and muck with the internal parts.
Right.
But certainly in the Adobe world and in most of the other places, once you've signed one, if you corrupt it in any way, once you open it in Adobe, it will go, wait a minute, there's something wrong about this file. The signature's not valid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Yeah, but then you've got DocuSign, Adobe, HelloSign, and that's where the digital trail is in place and you can't audit them or you can't edit them. This is just, I think, more for internal use.
It's putting a ping in a document and making it, it's making a document a PDF and putting a ping in it.
No, not only that. Not only that. It's actually distributing it to the different people you want to sign that document.
Yes.
So it looks like an internal organization type document for getting people to sign. Well, but it's good anyway. I'm glad
I was excited about it. Yeah. Yeah. But
this is the Zoom test kitchen.
This is the Zoom test kitchen. And I didn't say hi to Tony, or maybe I did. I don't even remember. Hi, Tony.
Hello, David. Hello, panel. Hello, YouTube.
Hi, everyone. Hello, YouTube. And hello, Arm. How you doing? Good to see you. Her button isn't working. She can't unmute.
No, she
pressed
the wrong button. Anyway, hello, everybody.
Press the wrong button.
Nice.
User error. Welcome to my life.
Yeah, thanks. And I kind of still reeling from the last big update and trying to find things, to be honest. In Zoom.
Really? Yeah.
Gee, everything moved and changed. Like, I feel like everything. But anyway, happy to be here.
Wow. Yep. Who else is here? Hasmuk is in the background. Tamara's in the background. Hey, Hasmuk. Good to see you. All right. So should we take a look at the big tiles update? There's a gazillion and a half release notes that come along with this. And so we can certainly look at that, but we can also take a look at sort of on the back end because there are some noticeable differences with new functionality that you have. So why don't we start with oh my gosh, my face is that's gonna make me seasick. Wait, can I just move that? That's really annoying. Hold on, I gotta move my head over here so that it's not okay. Now I don't think. Okay, now I won't really move. All right. Okay, so the first big thing is, thanks, Mike. Mac OS Tahoe support. So up until now, by the way, I should say, sorry, this was released an hour ago. Like the official build was released an hour or two ago. That's when I got the email. I've had it for a couple of days, but was just playing with it. It's now officially supports Tahoe, which is huge. And interestingly enough, it's 26.2. There were apparently some bugs in 26.0 and 26.1. So 26.2 and upwards, it supports. So it's got the new liquid glass UI for Mac OS. I'm not really noticing that, if I'm being honest with you, but maybe I'm not looking closely enough. Okay, so there's OSC control, which I think is very exciting. I can't wait for someone to build the companion plugin for that. Because no, they didn't have to release it at 3 because of me. I had permission to already talk about this. He told me we could talk about it. By the way, we can screw everything up because Andy's on an airplane, so he can't pop in and fix it. So we should just go to town on tiles today. So it supports OSC. So
David, what are you referring to as build a plugin for OSC? We don't need a plugin for OSC, surely.
It's not a plugin. What do you call it? It's what's it called?
But the commands have already been defined, so I'm assuming that we'll be able to implement them in OSC.
What I mean is, sorry for my ignorance here. What I mean is,
what about a companion module?
A module. Thank you. A module, right? So when I go over here to presets, I've got an OSC module for Zoom OSC ISO. I need someone to build one for Zoom tiles or add things to this module. Yes. Could you build your own buttons and actions right now? Absolutely. Am I far too dumb and lazy to do that? Yep. So I wait for Justin to build the module for me.
I thought you used ChatGPT to do that, David.
Nope, I don't. I've actually almost never. I've built maybe a couple buttons, but most of them are just simple. No, you could. You absolutely could. It's not. And it's really not complicated. But having one of the things that for me is helpful with the modules is that the modules expose actions that I may not have thought of. Because Justin really thinks a lot about, what's possible. So, okay.
David, one more time. You have to say Justin's name one more time.
Oh, Justin. And I'm clicking my heels, Justin. All right. So we've got that. All right, here we go. Added support for custom images and GIFs in pre-visualization mode, as well as in the placeholder feature in fixed tile size layout mode. So selecting a folder of content from the new tile previews button at the top of the editor will randomly distribute the images across the tiles. This feature is only for previewing. To use custom images alongside live videos when the capture engine is on, activate the placeholder feature. I'll show you that in a second. And there's a folder of content. Okay, so let's jump in and take a look at this. All right, so in the editor view, here's the tile previews. So you can now use custom images in your tile Just crash?
The space station has some issues, I see.
Sorry, it just crashed. Okay. Not a great start. Yeah, okay. I'm reopening. Okay. Let me join this meeting again. If you could let me in over there, that would be just glorious. And we'll turn that on. Connecting. Okay, requesting. And I have to say yes. Where's the yes button? Oh, here. No, okay. I do not see the allow. Oh, because I have to click this first. Request permission. Then I have to grant permission. Okay. What happened? Okay. Sorry about that. So now let's try this again. If I go to tile previews, I can choose custom.
That is repeatable.
That is repeatable. Andy, we may have found a bug. Not sure. All right, so we won't look at that feature, but we will look at the placeholder feature. I'll show you because that I know works because I've been using it all morning. I haven't used the other one. Well, that's a shame. All right, I'm going to join this meeting again. And he's going to let me in. And then I'm going to request. And then I'm going to, I have to say yes to this. I'm going to request. And then I'm going to say grant permission. And now I'm in. Okay. So actually we'll go change by change. So if we scroll down to the gallery, it's right up here. Here it is. So if you want to use placeholders, now you can upload a folder. So what I did is I just went to chat. I created a whole bunch of avatars along with the Zoom Test Kitchen logo. I put them in a folder just on my computer. You choose that folder, and then those are the tiles that come up. So I'll do it. Do you need the second? Leave it for me. I'll do it. Yeah. So now any images that you have in that folder will pop up, which I think is nice. So you could have, if you had, I'm thinking about if you're doing a show and you have a whole bunch of different sponsors, right? You could put all their logos up as to be interspersed throughout this. Is there anything else over here that I don't think there's anything else with that specifically. Let's jump back over here. Oh, filters. So who do you want to include in your gallery? Where are the filters? So it says added new filters for requiring eligible participants to be favorites, hand raise, or spotlight. We kind of saw this last week. They were talking about this. Anyone know where I would find those filters?
Can you share the screen, please? I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was on the
familiar
wrong
with
button.
it.
Sorry. No, these are animations. I don't want that. Oh, here it is. It's under outputs. So on outputs now I've got including galleries. You've got required favorites. So only people that I favorite will be in. That's
I'm not
interesting
one
because
of your favorites.
well, I hadn't favorited anyone actually, so I'm not quite sure what that.
It's put in all of the.
That's why. Sorry, that's why it's hiding them because I hadn't favorited anyone. Gotcha. So if someone raises their hand, really, John? Okay, so Mike raised his hand. So now I'm going to do require hand raise. So only. Oh, John is not in here because he's a co-host. Oh no, I have host and host. Oh no. Sorry, bear with me for a second. Hosts and co-hosts are included in this. So John should be up there. Is John up there and I just can't see him?
John's there.
I'm a
Right.
co-host.
No,
I'm a
sorry, I didn't
co-host
mean
and
John, I
I'm not
meant Mike.
included.
Oh, Mike doesn't have his camera on. No, he does have his camera on. So why is it? Mike may be just hidden behind. That's because remember the cutout still is hiding. Right. So all right. So require hand raise. Require spotlight should turn off. Yep, it turned off all those people. And then host and co-host, non-video participants. I can include those people if I want. Self, which I never do, and active speaker. So these are the three new ones, the including galleries, the favorites, the hand raise, and spotlight, which is really helpful. Especially if this is forward facing and you want to be able to really control who you're throwing up on screen, you just favorite a bunch of people. And there you go. All right. Next, we've got added experimental tile background transparency feature for blending a participant's background with the canvas image. So this, I believe, is in the editor. Way at the bottom it is. It says beta here, the tile background transparency. So when I turn that on, I now get background opacity, 50%, frosted glass, regular, and material opacity. So I'm not entirely sure what we should be seeing here. Let me. Oh, so okay. So if you look at if you look at Ray and Mike, if you look at their screens, yeah, it's kind of fading, but that's kind of strange actually. What is it doing? Let's.
I was sort of expecting that it would do sort of the green screen type of maneuver and cut out around me and then make everything else kind of semi-transparent, but no, it kind of gives you that. That's why it's in beta there, David.
Yeah, frosted glass, none. Yeah, this is a little strange to me. None frosted glass. Interesting.
That's better because it was a circle before, and now it's at least kind of square.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Material
you clicked on something.
Opacity. You know what's the shame of this is that I can't see what it looks like because I can only see the actual output when I'm in outputs, but these controls are on editor. I guess if I had the tile previews in there, but then again, I don't want to, that crashes every time. So.
Okay, just to recap on this, the intent, if I understand it, is if you have a background for the whole of the event and you don't have people framed
right
with colored rings, you can fade out their background so that they look as if they're on the same unified background. Is that correct?
I guess so, but I'm not sure that's actually how it's
Can you
working.
turn off
at least
the frames?
not right now. Can I turn off the frames?
It's the border width.
Yeah.
Border color, border width, border. Yes, no.
Border.
There's a.
Oh, I
There's
can
a
just turn
border.
that border off.
There's a
right?
switch up above that. Yeah.
So now,
Now flip
let me
us
go
over.
back to
Yeah.
here. Whoops. Wait a second.
That's not the effect I was thinking I would get either.
Interesting. Let me turn off. Let me turn everything else off so that we don't have like names or show name. I'll turn that off. I'll turn that off. Okay, so now, huh? I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder. I'm not
Do
clear
you
on
have
what
the
it's supposed
opacity?
to do. The opacity
I
was
guess,
set at 50. Now I have it pushed it up to 100 or 90.
So
No,
it's making my video the opacity to 0 around me, but I was expecting that opacity to go all the way through to your background wallpaper, which it
right.
doesn't
That's what
seem
I
to be
thought
doing.
also. But maybe that's the frosted glass thing. I don't know. Let me turn that off.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's like drawing a circle around you. That's the piece I don't quite understand.
Yeah, it's not
It's not
really
keying
Zoom
you at all.
intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it's beta. So.
Yeah.
Ray, you look as if you were in a black hole in outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me turn border back on. And all right, let's see. The feature is experimental. It's not recommended for use in a live production environment. Right-click action has been added to the tiles in the output page. Oh, there you go. Replace participant, favorite, or block. So you don't just have to click on the star. You can now right-click.
Can you show us that, please, David?
Oh, goodness. I keep forgetting to switch back and forth.
Thank you.
I apologize. Yeah, so you can replace participant, favorite, or block. If I favorite him, it's the same thing as clicking the star. It looks like. Regular, yeah, that's all. They may be easier to access than the tile overlays when the tiles are very small. That's true. Galleries now support custom names via a right click. I can now right click over here and nothing happens. Maybe it can't be turned on.
Directly on one of our images.
No, it was saying this is for naming the gallery itself, but I wonder if maybe you can't be capturing.
Can't be live.
Margin padding previews cannot be seen on the live output.
I'm sorry, David, can you just go back to defining the gallery? I'm not in the gallery at the moment. Is there any way of getting me onto the gallery?
So, no. I mean, you probably are in the gallery. In fact, you for sure are in the gallery. You're just back here. You're hidden behind here. And what I mean by that is I can't queue you up because there are so few people in this meeting that everyone is already on here, but you're hidden. If I turn off the hole punch, there you are. You're right there. So what I could do is I could favorite you. I think this will work. Turn the hole punch on. No, see, it still didn't work. Because we still don't have control over this space. But why is that? I turned that off before. Or no, I didn't. Because we still don't have control over these tiles underneath the cutout, I can't force you onto the screen. Does that make sense?
Well, your description of what's actually happening makes sense. It doesn't make sense to me that if I were the developer and I'm not, why I would even consider putting somebody's image on a tile that I know is not going to be shown when you do the hide function with something in front of it.
I remember Andy saying that
eliminate the ones that aren't on screen and don't put anything in them. Only populate around the other, whatever's not being shown.
I know that's on the wish list. I can't speak to why they did or didn't do it.
Yeah.
Margin period. Okay, the hole punch preview rectangle is now interactive.
Oh my goodness, who is this in the waiting room? Anyone know?
Media Ministry. That's actually
Tony Mobley.
Yeah, it's Tony. So this to me is really nice. I'm a WYSIWYG kind of guy. I'm a drag and drop kind of guy. So for me to be able to grab this and resize it, that's huge. We were just talking about this last time, how you had to go over here before and you had to kind of fiddle and guess and the H, the X value and the Y value and the H value, whatever. But yes, this, and you can just drag it around. And again, as a reminder, anything that this cutout touches, you don't have to cover the entire tile. It just has to touch that tile for it to be out. So if I were to go like this, those tiles come back in. And John, yeah, I agree with you. The hole punch is still a lead breaker on small groups. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Bye. I'm sorry I missed you. See what else there is. Optimize the performance of slider bars for some settings in the editor tab. Okay. Improve gallery navigation and information in the left-hand menu of the outputs tab. Improve the GUI for manual replacement menu. Improve performance when changing gallery distribution settings. Lots of improve.
Sorry, David, can you click on your outputs and let's look at the left-hand menu? Because
sure. So it doesn't actually look different to me, but you've got all.
Well, they've put a picture of your head there now.
Say again?
They've put a picture of your head on the left-hand menu.
Put a picture of my head. Is my head in the way? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Oh, well, just say that. What? Dear Lord, hold on. I can move my fat head. I don't even know how to get rid of my head. Oh, you know what? I'll just go like this.
Hand axe
Goodbye.
usually works.
Goodbye. So you've still got the all, eligible, blocked, favorites, hosts and co-hosts, people whose videos on, people whose videos off, unassigned, and then just the basic information at the bottom. I don't see any real difference here, but maybe I'm missing it.
No, I can't see any difference either.
Say again?
Can't see any difference either.
Yeah.
Maybe it's if you see it if you click on one of those categories. Eligible, for example. No.
I don't see it.
No. Okay, thank you.
And then a gazillion bug fixes. There's one other thing with the name tag overlay. They said here. Where are name tags again? I forget. It's on out. Is that on outputs or? Oh, overlays. Show name tag. Let me turn all these back on again so we can play. The name tags now, it says, will truncate. Where is it? Name tag has been adjusted to truncate names instead of overflowing to a second line of text. So let's see if this actually. All right, so we've got all that turned on. Outputs. Does anyone have a here? Let me. Well, I'm not in this. Can someone change their name to something really, really long? And I will, in the meantime, I'm going to change the size of name tag size. We'll go like that. There we go. So Mike, oh, I can do myself. Sorry, because I included myself. Let me change my name to rename. Really big, long, funny looking person who loves Zoom. So now, yeah, it just truncates it. It doesn't throw it on a second line. You can see at the bottom there, next to the 3 seconds. Okay.
I like that it's put in the dots, which imply that there's something else there that you can't see.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that, and then, like I said before, there are just a gazillion bug fixes in here. And it's updated to the latest Zoom Meeting SDK. I don't know if it's the latest, but 6.6.10. What are we on? What Zoom are we on? Anyone know? 6. I can't see it. It's just, oh, there it is.
6.7.2 for Windows.
Oh yeah, okay. So I don't know if 6.6.10 is the latest SDK, but so there you go. That's Zoom Tiles. This is a nice release. And yes, I agree that the hole punches, I'd love to have more control over that, but that's
interesting, David. I'm still on 6.6.10, exactly the SDK version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't updated yet.
So you don't have any of the stuff that Erm was complaining about before.
Nope.
Nothing has moved for you yet, has it?
Nope. I still have to go through that experience.
When I in Ecamm for Zoom, also it's still on 6.6.10. So I also haven't. It's only at Zoom Test Kitchen that I get lost because everything is here. So in any case, that is. Wait, I don't want to have myself in there. All right. So what else do we have? If you run multiple tiles and link them, do they have to be on separate machines?
I'm not sure what linking them
I'm not sure what you mean
means.
by link them, John. I know for that you could have multiple galleries and you can send those galleries out to different different monitors or endpoints. What do you mean by link them?
So you can have multiple versions of tiles running on the same machine.
No, the way to do
I'm not
it
sure you
is-
need that though.
John, the way it works is that you run tiles in the top left-hand corner. If you could just show the outputs again, David. You've got the gallery up the top left-hand corner. You can define more than one gallery. So you've got gallery 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and then you can send those to different outputs to put different displays with different layouts on them.
And those layouts
How do
will be linked so that they will not display the same person more than once?
It depends if you switch that option on or off.
Okay, so on my Mac Studio, I could run 3 sets of tiles, output them to the different screens, and I could do it that way rather than having to have 3 Mac Minis doing it all.
No, but you don't have to do that. You can just run tiles once and define 3 galleries on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah, but I probably couldn't do that on my Mac Mini because my Mac Mini wouldn't have enough outputs for me. But yeah, great.
So
I don't
right,
have
you
to have one tile running on one machine. I can run multiple tiles on one machine. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
yeah,
not sure if you can run multiple tiles apps. You can have multiple
Tiles
galleries
outputs.
right,
Yeah.
multiple tiles. And you can also, if you go down on the outputs page, if you go down to the bottom, there's multiple device participation filters. So there's a toggle here for use multiple tiles devices. So you can use multiple tiles devices. You identify the number of devices. You tell it how you want to filter. So, I want this over here and this over here. I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for.
That's good because that gives you both options. So if you've got a powerful machine, you could put everything on one, and if you have got less powerful machines, you can link them up.
Right.
Yeah.
And also too, if you wanted to through the Thunderbolt, you could actually have an external card that'll get you multiple outputs.
Yeah, that's one option. Or you could, if you go up to settings, David.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
And when you define the outputs, sorry, where are the outputs?
The outputs are over here. Just up at the top here.
Yeah, but there
So
they are.
there's-
So you can define an NDI output, John. So you don't have to have physical devices connected to your Mac Mini. You can do it through NDI.
Which, for what it's worth, is what I'm doing here. This is another computer in my office, and I just have it out over NDI, and I'm grabbing it through NDI.
Could you show us the OSC bit there? Because then we'll see what the OSC commands are.
The
It's on the window below.
OSC. Say that one more time.
On the window below, and the window underneath that you've got there, to the left-hand side.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got you. Hold on, not this one. Go away. This one. Here we go. Sorry. Oh yes, we should have done this. I'm sorry. So enable OSC, receiving port, listen to interface, all OSC control allow list, update OSC allow list, commands.
I think it's the commands, yeah. So those are the commands.
Start
that
capture
you can
engine,
use.
stop capture engine, lead configuration, activate hole punch, deactivate hole punch, disable gallery, enable gallery, join meeting, leave meeting, start IM, start PMI, Zack join, start queue timer, stop queue timer, block, favorite, replace by index, replace by name, unblock, unfavorite. I mean, I'm not sure what else you would need for that.
That's quite a wide set of commands.
So I'd have to be running this in order to use this with OSC. Sorry, I'm a little slow with OSC. So do I need to be running BitFocus and my Stream Deck on the same computer as the tiles? No.
No. Again, you just have to make sure that when you go back to settings again, David.
Yeah.
So click on the settings there, and you'll see No, the other, go back to OSC controls, and there were settings there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Settings here.
That's the important information that you're telling Companion. So you're going to
All
tell
right.
it your IP address of that machine on the
All right,
network
well, wait a second. Wait a
and
second.
this
So
port.
hold on. So let's do this. Okay. So let me come over here. We're gonna let's build a button. Let's do a thing. Let me just find. All right, here we go. Okay. So
what we have to do first is that it's not a button that we have to do first. We have to tell it about that it's actually go to connections instead, because we have to make a connection to that server.
yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to find a spot to I want to do this somewhere where I know I'll be able to access it. Okay. So we're
Go
gonna
to connections.
connections. Yep.
And now we have to create a connection. And now you have to create. Yeah. Now go.
So
Yeah.
this is
Click
new
onto that.
collection. I don't want a
Yeah.
collection. I want a connection.
Yeah, interesting. So you should be able to. There should be a way to add another OSC generic model like you did there.
Yeah, you've got the connections on the right hand side there. So scroll down to generic.
Yeah, and type in
SMTP.
No, OSC.
Okay,
That one,
generic
yeah.
OSC. Yep.
There we go. Yeah, add. Now go into that configuration, the triple dot.
Yep.
Yeah.
View logs.
There should be a way to go into the config of that. What am I missing? Is it? There you go.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. So there you go. So now put in your IP address of your tiles machine.
Oh. How do I find my IP address?
If you go back to the tiles machine, you can get it from there.
What? Say where? Who? What?
If you go
to
back
your
to
tiles machine.
Yeah.
It should start with the 192, 168.
It says all connections at the moment, doesn't it?
Where?
I don't know. The page on the tiles machine that we were on before we flipped over to Companion.
Oh yes, it says listen to interface all. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you click that menu, it should give you the target of what it can connect to. There we are.
EN0 or EN1?
Up to you. Which one's plugged in?
I don't know.
Well, you got two Ethernet ports. Have you got two Ethernet cables plugged in or not?
No.
Okay, choose
Right,
the 0
one. The first one.
Yeah, try the 0 one. No. The first one is not first. 0 is the first.
Yeah, no.
Welcome to the world of Linux.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
so let's use that IP address go back over to Companion now.
Yeah. I'm there. And then the target port is 3456.
Yeah.
And then UDP, is that what I want? Yeah. And do you think I need to listen to feedback?
I would just put in tiles there.
Well,
turn it on.
No.
You never know.
You're not going to get an OK back. You don't need to worry about that.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Save.
Good.
All right.
And we got a checkbox. So that's half the battle.
All right. So now what we're going to do, we'll go over here to buttons and we're going to add a button. And I'm going to grab from over here. Let's do a command. So let's do a create button. And the action is going to be OSC tiles. Oh my Lord. I think it's send string, right? Tiles OSC path.
Yeah, there you go.
And I put in tiles dot
so all that information that was like slash.
Yep. That's what I'm putting in, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what do I put in? Or maybe I just put this down. Do I just put this down here?
What you probably want to do is the stop capture engine will be last, and then put everything. Yeah, put that back up on the OSC path line.
Slash. Does that look good? I mean, I don't know, but let's try it.
I would probably put the slash after tiles and then just leave the value as stop.
Okay. Okay.
And now name this something.
Yep. Stop. Beautiful. All right,
No,
let's
hit
see
the
what
test.
happens.
Hit the test.
Wait. I don't know how to get there. How do I get there?
The orange test on the right hand side at the top.
Oh. Wait, I don't think it was enabled to begin with. Hold on. Enable. Enable. Okay, now it's enabled. And now I'm going to test. I don't think that worked. No. Maybe this whole thing goes here. You think?
Yeah, I
OSC
think it all goes to the top. The path value is if you want to pass a numeric value to the system.
This is why I wait for Justin, Mike. This is precisely why.
But again, at least you got a green check mark, and that's half the battle too. Because if it couldn't connect at all, it wouldn't have given you the green.
Right.
So it's definitely happy, quote unquote. But now we just have to talk its language now, from companion to the OSE engine that Andy and the group have inside there.
Well, I can't. This is. There we go. Okay. So this is global command. I have a feeling this is not. Is this a global command that we just did? Send string. I have a feeling this is not what we wanted to do.
David, do you have, now I saw in your connections, you do have OSC, other generic OSCs. Maybe take a look at one of those to see what it's doing.
Yeah. I think we wanted to do internal, general. Is that a thing? No?
No, you actually do need the OSC generic variant so that it speaks the normal OSC protocol.
I think you're right. Right. So let me get out of this.
And according to the documents, it's /tiles/start/capture engine. You don't need the OSC.
Yeah.
David, you heard that, right? So in your string, in the config, we shouldn't have the OSC at the beginning.
And it should be just send string, and you want it to just be the tiles /stop capture engine. Okay.
Actually, in the documentation, they've got the documentation out as well. I'm very impressed.
Yeah. Not wanting to work for some reason. What if it was this? Slash huh.
David, do a combination of that. Do just /tiles in the path and then leave the stop down there.
Yeah, we tried that before.
Yeah, but take out everything before that. Just have it /tiles on the top line. On that line.
I think the value is the arguments point of these, and I think because this is a straight command with no arguments, on your OSC path, you would put /tiles/stop capture engine and nothing on the value.
Yeah, but should there be an OSC path, you think?
Yeah, that is the OSC path, but you don't put the words OSC path, just /tiles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I tried this also. I don't think it worked. Let's try it again.
See,
No.
I'd pick a different command like hide and show the cutout, because that
Yeah.
you can see.
All right, so I'll do, let's try this. So it's tiles, and then we'll do the deactivate hole punch. No.
Maybe you have the wrong the
You'll
wrong
need to include
Ethernet.
the integer of the gallery index as your value if you're doing activate hole punch.
The integer?
The integer value of the gallery index. So if you have multiple galleries.
No, I have one. So the integer value would just be, so you're saying just one?
I don't know. Can you see from there whether it's a value 1 or 0? It doesn't say in the documentation if it starts at 0 or starts at 1.
I don't see.
And you've got global. You said you were using global commands, weren't you? Because activate hole punch is definitely a global command. I've got it here in the docs.
Well, I just typed it in. I don't see it as a global I mean, I don't see it
there's
as
two
an
types.
option.
There's two types of commands: is user commands and global commands. But I think you said you chose global commands, which is correct for this particular option.
Just been helped by the entrance of Peter Sargent, who is a programmer.
Well, there you go. So step 1 for press actions. I mean, these are my, I'm not showing you. These are my options here. Internal.
Yeah, it's always going to be the tiles one, David. It's not going to be anything else because the other ones don't talk to that server.
Okay.
So okay.
So send blobs, send
message
boolean.
without arguments, or in this case, you do have the one argument of which gallery.
Yeah, the documentation says there's an argument of the integer.
Okay. Tiles OSC.
So that should be tiles activates /tiles /activate hole punch.
Yep.
Under arguments?
No, the argument is either going to be 1 or 0.
OSC path.
A hole punch. And then
I don't think you need the OSC path, but others may disagree for that.
And a 0?
Yes.
So let me just.
If you only have one gallery.
Yep. Nope. Peter.
Yeah.
Change the 0 to 1, David.
Help. Oh, it did it.
But you've got 2 galleries, and it's affecting the second gallery. Yeah, you've got. That's my guess.
Yeah, so it's worked. So now watch what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to do another action. Same thing, but it's going to be deactivate.
Right.
And change this to 1. So now this should be a toggle button. Mm-hmm. And if I go over here, am I pressing the right button?
Do you have to set it to toggle?
Yeah, I probably do actually. Sorry, bear with me, guys. I think I did that wrong. I don't think we want this here. I've got the 1. Let me turn the hole punch back on, and I'll take you over here so you can see it. So the hole punch is on. Now I'm going to press the button, and the hole punch should turn off. Ugh, really?
You've got the 2 steps, and if you don't have it set to toggle or multiple press, it's going to throw both of those out there, and the last thing it sees is the last command that goes, which is activate. So
Oh, that's right. This is deactivate. Yeah,
deactivate
sorry.
the second
Yeah,
item.
no, it should have
Switch it
been
off.
this. So now, there we go.
There you go.
Okay. So now so now we need to change this to be a what do you call it? Step
Multi-step
progression.
or, yeah, I can't remember.
Is it manual maybe? Let's do another one of these. One, but we'll turn this to activate. Is that the, let me just look and see what the command is. I want to make sure that's the right command. Yes, activate a whole bunch. Yep. So now, if we did this correctly, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Now, can I give you an interesting piece of news about that?
So
Companion,
just so everyone knows, sorry, hold on one second. So I don't know what I'm doing. Just I want everyone to be clear. This does work. I just don't know what I'm doing, because it's not. This is not how you set it up correctly. Because what it's doing is it's running both of these actions at the same time.
Right.
So go ahead.
So,
I'm sorry.
So at least my time, so 13:34 this afternoon, Companion released their module for tiles.
But we don't need it now because we've written our own.
Companion released. Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. If you're on version 4, tell it to refresh all your modules and a
Zoom tiles.
Zoom tiles appears.
Well, that's interesting. Target IP. What's my IP again? Let me just grab it again. One, two, two. Okay. Save.
David, FYI, we're on Tiles machine.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right. So I saved that. I don't know if that actually worked, but let's see. So buttons. So now let's go over here. Let's go to presets. Where's my where is it? Connections. Enabled.
David,
What am I
disable
missing?
the one that we had made for it so that they don't conflict. There you go. You can
So
just
it
leave
looks
that.
like this one. But is this one? Yeah, it's okay. All right. So now how do I find it under presets? There are no presets though. Should there be presets or am I wrong about that?
They don't have to be.
Go create a button and click the folder. The
Oh, I
Zoom
see.
tiles.
I see. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. There you go. So now this is, let me create a second one actually here. I'll go create button. I mean, ideally you really want this to be on deactivate hole
Scroll
punch.
down and see if there's a toggle hole punch. Usually they put a toggle in there somewhere.
No, there isn't.
No. Okay.
But I again, I'm just not remembering how to do it, but you can.
You can put in a second command with just hold for 500 milliseconds, for example.
Yeah.
That will work.
Gallery 1. I'm seeing this seems to not be sending those commands. I don't know why, but I wonder if I didn't set it up correctly. Connections. 192.168.73.22. 3456. It should be working.
Back to your buttons.
Yeah. Buttons. Let me just name this real quick. This is on. This is off, so we can see. So if I click right, so right now it's off, and when I click on, nothing is happening. Google number. I don't know. Maybe theirs isn't working. I don't know. What is this one? This is.
So,
Because
David, do you know
I
about using the logs out of Companion and how you can kind of see the activity that's actually going back and forth?
Yeah. So this says UDP port error.
Yeah,
Anyone?
it says it's going to 57121. I thought you were on 123 or 234.
We're on 3456.
Okay, well that's
Go
that's going.
Go
that's
back
not
to
going
your
to
Zoom tile
3456.
connection. Zoom tiles connection. It is say 3456. Why is it going to the other thing? I'd call that a bug.
Try it again.
All right,
No, so this one went to
3456.
3456. Yeah.
Yeah.
eHost down. eHost unreachable. eHost not available.
David, does your original button work if you switch this?
I have to turn because I turned this off. So
Yeah.
let me turn this back on, and then
switch the other one off.
switch this one
It
off.
shouldn't make any difference if they're not turning being activated.
It should. They should both work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me so delete hole punch. Yes, that worked.
So your programming is better than theirs, David.
Look back at your log for the generic OSC.
Yeah. Let me press it again. Oh wait, I have to turn it on first. Okay.
I think if you
Now,
click on the debug button near the top of that list, you'll get, there you go, every button press.
16408 is down at the bottom. Yeah, so these are working, you can see, but the ones from interesting. Okay. No, there may be a bug, Peter, in the
No,
that's great.
I didn't say it worked. I just said it was announced.
No,
I saw it
no,
on Discord.
absolutely. No, it's great, and it's great that they built that. That's fantastic. There does seem to be a problem with it though. But there you go. So now we can use OSC, and it really isn't. And now we know how to build our own, right? So basically, it's just let me just remind myself here. So I'll turn off. Well, it should work anyway. Tiles. Then in buttons, choose your button, create a button, and what you want is send message with multiple arguments, delete the OSC path, and just type in what you want it to do. So for example, if I'm going to choose a different one. If I want to leave the meeting, I say tiles, leave meeting, and then change this to 1. Now, if I press this button,
You can't press it from there. You have to click the test button up above.
why?
Because that's not a place you can press buttons on the web version.
No, I didn't. I'm pressing it on my actual Stream Deck.
Oh.
I mean, I will press it up here, but
See, I
wonder
think the leave
if
meeting probably does not require arguments, so you probably need the one that doesn't require arguments.
Right.
You're not affecting a gallery, you're doing the entire host.
Right.
okay, all right.
What I found when I was playing with this, because, you know, truth be told, I was playing with this a couple of weeks ago, is that it follows very much the same. If you've played with the OSC commands on Zoom ISO, it follows very much the same structure. So leave meeting on Zoom ISO
There it is.
doesn't have arguments either.
That's what it was. It was because there was no argument there. It's just leave meeting.
Right.
There you go.
And
If you
theoretically,
provide
you could
arguments
add.
and it's expecting none, it fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And theoretically, David, if you go under feedbacks, you can actually change the color of that button if you've left, or turn it to green if you're in, or red if you're out.
Right.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I have to remember. I haven't done this in so long. I have to remember how to build a toggle button rather than a.
Well, as of I think it was version 4, if not late version 3, and now it's not a toggle; it's a multi-step button.
Right. But so I had a multi-step button before.
So go back up on it. So up
Step
on that same
progression auto?
no, it's see where it says
No?
to the left to the right of step 1, you see the plus sign?
Mm-hmm.
To the right of step 1, do you see the plus sign? Now it adds the second step.
Well, you don't even need that. You can just do it down here, can't you?
No. That's the point, is each press moves to the next step. So if you want to toggle,
Okay, gotcha.
Now the feedback
Okay.
works like you remember it works, hopefully.
Right. So let's actually do. So let's do this. I'm going to do, so this is my on button. I'm going to join this meeting again. Meeting, join, boom. And then we're going to turn this button into, so this is the activate hole punch. And now we're going to do the same thing, but tiles deactivate. Whoops. Activate hole punch. And then turn this to 1. Okay. So now on off. And I'm going to real quick request permission. And I'm going to give permission. And then, okay. So right now, if I go over here, it's off. And now if I click that button, nothing happened.
No, it's because it was still on step 1. If you go back to your...
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no.
You have to...
That to me is part of what's not really missing, but unfortunate, is that when you first bring something up, it assumes you're going to click step 1 the first time you hit it. And if it's already in that step 1 state, you just have to press it again to get it to go to step 2.
Yeah, but it's not, but nothing's happening at all. Oh, you know what? I know why. Because
Show us, David.
Oh, sorry, because that was an old tiles one. So tiles, what did I do with the other one?
Deactivate. So you want this one to be activate.
Thank you. 1. Okay, so now, yep, whole bunch, activate whole bunch. Oh, come on, dude. Work for me. There we go. And now we have a toggle. That's what it is. Oh, I'm not showing you, sorry. So now we've got a toggle. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I like it. to make new little pictures and colors and everything.
Yep.
You can just use the feedback to have the color of that, red or green.
Yeah.
So if I go into feedback, add feedback. So where's the feedback here?
We have
Just use internal, David. Go to
Internal?
feedback. Yeah, and internal.
internal or tiles?
I don't know if is tiles actually is the OSC actually gonna come back and say it's activated?
Oh, that's true. It's
I think it's check
The-
step, right?
The
Change style
feedback
based.
on the generic OSC may not quite work the way you're expecting. So if you got the other one, I think the feedback will be more.
but if you think about it, there's no return path defined in the tiles OSC panel in tiles itself. Right, in Zoom ISO and Zoom OSC, it's a bidirectional path defined to companion, and it's
Oh,
only
here.
it's only unidirectional.
So this is what it is. You do it's internal button check step.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
Right. Now what you can't do, unfortunately, or at least I don't see how to do it, is oh no, you can. Of course you can. Sorry. So now you do another one, you duplicate this, and you want step 2. So I actually want step 1 to be that, and I want this to be red. Now see, it's changing both. Why is it changing both?
That's because you I would do the second one invert and do 1 as well.
So this is 1, and then I want to add another.
Replicate that step.
Okay.
All right. Now click invert.
Mm-hmm.
No. So
Need
it's
to put
not,
step 2.
well, invert would then say if it's not step 2, not step 1. Well, copied it. So
Yeah.
You know what I would do,
that.
David? I'd only have one of those feedback buttons, have the original button on a red background as off, and then change it to green once you switch it on.
I see what you're saying. So what I do is, so hold on a second. So right now this is
That's
off.
correct.
So we want
The background color here.
Yeah, let's
correct.
set this to that and set this to whatever. We'll just leave it as white. So that should be the background. There we go. But actually, sorry, it's the inverse of that. So let me just change this and make the text black. And then down here, we want this to be red because this is actually the off state. There we go. So it's on, off.
Lovely.
On, off. Nice. Very cool. It's very cool.
I know what the problem is with them using those second 2 buttons. There's a caution if you look up on the red band across the top of your screen. There's a caution there. That's what it is. You're not up to date, David.
Is that the problem?
No, I'm just kidding you.
All right. Of course, I'm going to do it now, for goodness
We're
sakes.
gonna break companion now. All right. It's okay, David. I got your back. I'll spotlight when you need to.
To quit companion for this to work. Right.
Yeah, I've been updating everybody in chat too on YouTube on so that they don't get confused on what they should be using, what they shouldn't be using, how we got things working. And I also said that yes, everybody's might have noticed that you weren't up to date. So here we go.
Okay. Like I was on 4.2.1, I think, and this is a 4.2.2. Like, give me a break, guys.
It was the exclamation mark that got us concerned, David.
That's what got our attention. Right. All right. So now let's start that puppy up again. Companion.
And considering how many you've got running, David, we're concerned that your stream decks work. Right, Robert?
Thank you. Well, it's still working. The button that we built is still working, at least. So there you go. Should I try the tiles one again? The zoom tiles button. Let's try one more. Create a button. We're gonna go zoom tiles. We'll do activate hole punch. And then we'll add another one, and we'll do deactivate hole punch. So same sort of button.
You're a fast learner, Dave.
Thanks. We'll call this tiles and nothing. Nope. Boy,
Did
ours
you
works beautifully.
re-enable the connection for it?
Yes, yeah, it actually wasn't turned off. It was turned on. Oh well, that's okay. We tried. All right, very cool though. I mean,
I have to say, David, if they fix the hole punch overlay so that we're not hiding people behind that, I might just have to buy a Mac.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's get everyone on board with this one so that they fix it.
Yeah, with I mean, being able to control this. So I wonder, wait, you know what? Sorry. I want to try.
Wait a minute, Ray.
What?
I'm flabbergasted. Don't you mean that when you buy a copy of Zoom Events, you get access to all the apps and they send you a Mac Mini? I mean, surely.
You have to buy a bigger license than what I have to get the free Mac Mini.
You know, one of the things that I'm curious about is, so you can favorite here.
Yeah, I put the command in the text. I was waiting for you to favorite Robert, so he'll be happy.
Right, but I guess what I'm wondering, is there a way? So in OSC now, I can select the person. I don't have to have their name in the command. I can select the person, and then press. Can you do that here too? Can it see the names of the people? I mean, it must be able to, I guess.
I would not expect the name to cross from one connection to another connection, but maybe there's some magic that's going on behind the scenes, because I think a lot of that actually does go into the variables. So
yeah, in your so David, in your copy of in Zoom Test Kitchen Discord channel, under Zoom tiles, it says the companion module for Zoom has been released. Yada yada yada. You can also pair it with Zoom OSCs to select participants and use the selected user variable in all of the by username commands.
Nice.
That's what it says. Now, does it work?
Command. Yeah. So can you help me figure out how to?
Well, you use by username now, don't you? You leave it. You push a button in Zoom OSC, say Peter Sargent. Select him. And then you go to another command in Zoom OSC. It says, lower his hand, as an example. But now it's saying that same variable is active in tiles, and there is a tiles OSC command that's expecting if it doesn't see the actual variable name passed as an argument, or variable the name passed as an argument, it will check the variable. That's my reading of that. I haven't tried it. I'm just simply saying that's my reading.
So what do I put in arguments for?
Can we see your screen, Dave?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I want to favorite someone,
Mm-hmm.
right? How do I tell it?
Put his name in there.
No, but that's my point. I don't want to do that. Like, let me look at this. So, right. So here's the location. Oh,
you
no,
can
sorry.
Go look
target.
at your variables and find the variable name of the selected participant.
Right.
Right. So here, right. So single username. See, this is just built in. That's what I don't know.
That's what they want you to put in, is to put the name in, and then the $sign says you can use a variable name instead.
Right. So what is the variable name? That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You can either use the username
Go to variables
or the
on the
index.
Variables on the black side, on the black left panel.
side.
Yeah.
Under triggers, yeah.
Latest
And
received client.
No, under
not in tiles, but go to the Zoom OSC
the OSC module. Yeah.
and
I
type
see. Okay.
selected in the filter. Select.
Selected callers. I think this is it.
Probably.
Let's try it. Okay. Go back up here. Huh. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let me just give this a name. Fave. So now I'm going to click on my name. So in OSC, I've clicked on me. And now I'm going to click favorite. And I have not been favorited, but that didn't work. Target of it, yeah.
Well, your tiles connection is the one that's, no, the Zoom tiles is the one not working. Okay.
Put your username in the argument, make it more simple.
Say again?
You can put your username in as the argument to make it more simple.
Well, yeah, but again, my goal here is to click on a name on my Stream Deck, and then so if, for example, if I go back to, I can right now click Ray on my Stream Deck. Let me go back so you can see. I can go back and I can click Ray on my Stream Deck, and then click toggle mute, and I just muted him. So that's what I want to be able to do with this thing, right? I want to be able to say, I want to be able to click someone and then favorite them.
Yeah, and I think what John was suggesting is that maybe just putting in the name there for a test might work. But
yeah,
if this isn't going to work, I don't think.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Doesn't look like it's working for me.
Now, you might have to, because it's possible to have more than one argument, you probably have to have commas between them, and a string might have to have quotes around it.
Double quotes.
Yeah. Well, double quotes, but only one on each end.
Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry. I understood double quotes as sorry. Nope.
David, the reasoning for quotes was because your name has a space between it.
Yeah.
Right. No, I understand. Yeah. I'm going to try Peter, because I want to see if, nope. Huh. Okay.
Is there maybe, do we have to do like a 1 maybe in front to say add? Like 1 Peter Sargent maybe?
Can you
Something
see
like
in
that?
my last comment in the chat I've taken an example straight out of the documentation. So you see how
Yeah.
that's different to what we've done here.
Tiles username. Targeted commands operate on specific users. Right.
So the user in quotes looks to be the correct
Right.
approach.
No, that does look correct. Yeah.
And I would probably change. I would actually do the /tiles /username
Oh, so
/favorite.
wait. So this would be, hold on, username.
There you
Yeah,
go.
capital N on the name,
Oh, thank you.
and he's being specific on that in the documentation.
Does that matter in
Yes.
practice? It
For
does.
variables, it does. Yeah. If
Nope.
username is a no,
Nope.
because I figured block and favorite would be opposite to each other. Because block would be get rid of, right?
Yeah.
You
Let
might
me
be able
try
to take the
block.
quotes off as it's an argument. Try taking the quotes off first.
Nope. Hmm.
Would we
Tiles.
again? We'd be able to see in the log what it's doing, right? Or wouldn't we? Just question.
Should,
Where are my logs?
under your head.
Under my hat? What?
Under your,
Where your
we
head
can't
is.
see it.
Um. UDP port and host down.
Host unreachable.
1625.
Interesting.
No, but these are old. These are old.
Okay.
The 1625. That's
So I'm not looking directly at the documentation, but do we actually need the username in there? Can we just not say tiles/favorite?
That was my impression reading the note in Zoom, in the Discord channel, is that if you use Zoom OSC to set the variable,
If you
And
do
le-
/favorite, it says favorite the participant. And
Right.
how are you specifying the participant?
via Zoom, just like he's doing it today, you select in Zoom OSC.
so. Would that be an argument without? Excuse me. Would that be an action without an argument?
Correction. That would be my impression. Yeah.
So if we try our tiles, not the one that they built, and we do send message without arguments, and we say, well, no, because I don't know, tiles.
Yeah.
Target _ type favorite.
Space, then the name, in quotes.
Well, no, the idea was I'd click on me and then favorite, but that's not working.
No, there's no way for it to make that connection that you're the thing that you want to
Right.
happen.
Right. Yeah, somehow it's not connected. Nope.
No.
Okay.
David,
All
I
right.
don't know what your setup is, but do you actually have variables that are set up to define the usernames, or are you using gallery view positions?
So I use gallery view.
I don't understand why you keep putting in target type. The way I'm reading the documentation, the target type is either username or tile index. So I think target type is a category, not a command you put in.
Understood.
The target type along with the target type arguments need to be specified first, followed by the user specific command argument. So you need tiles, target type, then your command, and then your variables if you need them.
Right. Okay. So let's do with multiple arguments. And then this should be, right, the name.
Yeah, it's got to be the username or the index.
Oh.
Yeah, the username, because you said the username. So the username from the participants list.
Is it possible that I can't favorite myself? Again, I'll try someone else. Jan Sound Broker.
Welcome, Jan.
Nope. Okay. Well, we have to play more, I guess.
I know I'm being picky, but would we put in a slash after favorite?
It doesn't show that on the thing, but let's give it a shot. Nope.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to just lastly just try putting the number of the thing that we're going to? So put 1 and then space and then the quotes of the user.
Hey, maybe you can get Andy on the phone. Oh, hey.
No, he's on a plane.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys. I keep, like being in Thailand, it's impossible for me to wake up and, be here, but I'm back in Las Vegas for a couple of weeks. So I just wanted to say hello. It's good to see you guys.
Glad you could join us, Jan.
All right. So the question, it seems to me, is how do you connect Zoom OSC that can see the names of the participants or see the participants? How do you connect that data to tiles so that you can use tiles to take action on those names?
Well, it's by the sharing of a variable. And so
no, I understand. Maybe the variables, maybe, maybe we just didn't do the.
David, what I think is what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to tell Zoom ISO from there to grab that variable, make it a custom variable for bit focus then, and then have bit focus, then have the OSC read the bit focus variable.
Let's try this.
Peter, I think you followed my train of thought on that, right?
I did. I'm just trying to rationalize that given what was posted, but I don't disagree with your thought process because that would be my next step to try.
Are variables that are created within a particular connection only available to that connection?
That's what I'm actually thinking.
I don't think that's the case because I can put variables in the title of any button.
Exactly. Yeah,
so I think those variables are exposed.
Remember in, I forget, was it 4.1 or was it 4.0 where they introduced the concept of a local variable versus, because all variables used to be global. So you can create a local variable to a button, but unless otherwise specified, I think all variables are exposed to everybody.
All right, to be continued. We'll have to continue this. We got one button working. That makes me happy. Look at this guy. Come on now. Look at that. Right there. That's some beautiful work right there. I'm cutting this short only because I really have to go to the bathroom. So Mike, Mike, take this over for a minute. I'll
on that note,
you hear that YouTube? You hear that YouTube? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hilarious.
Just get a peanut butter jar.
Yeah, exactly. So Jan, since David wanted a potty break, and he gave us a little bit of potty mouth, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been, living, working, dreaming, and being in Thailand, in a little town called Hua Hin, Thailand, Huahin, if you want to Google it on the map. It's a beautiful little seaside village. It's where King #9 made his home. And because he made his home there, the infrastructure is set up for millions of people, yet there's only 65,000 in the whole state. So it's a beautiful place, very inexpensive to live, and weather is usually perfect if you like a little humidity. But right now, today, when not when I left today, but today I was, it's 75 degrees there, and it's about 40%, between 40 and 50% humidity. Sun's out, clean, no, air is clean. All the food is fresh. Usually picked the day before you buy it at the farmer's market. And everything you need is there. They've got 2 movie theaters in the town, got 2 major malls, and not a lot of traffic. And it's just, the people are friendly. Most of the people there are from the UK. I think most of the foreigners there that are from the UK, followed by American. There's only 12% of the people from America, and a lot of Northern Europeans, but mostly Thais. It's a great place to live. And as far as, I've been doing my show every week, and we're up to, check this out, man. I got 547 subscribers. Woohoo! Which I can't tell you how excited I am about that. But I was just looking at the statistic. Thousands of hours are being watched. So it's really doing well, my little thing. I'm very happy about it.
Very cool. And I'll say it 3 times. First 2 times on mute. As Mr. Pasca joins us with his potty mouth.
Variable needs the connection. Yeah, see?
Can I ask a question about this? I noticed that it says there are 2 active streams. One is TTG Tiles, and of course the other is being sent to YouTube. Now, why is Tiles streaming and why isn't it part of Zoom?
Mr. Paskin.
So there are 2 ways to capture video and audio out of Zoom. One is using their record protocol. The other is using their live stream protocol. And within all of these tools, within Zoom OSC, within Tiles, within Zoom ISO, within Ecamm, you can select which of those protocols you want to use. I choose the live streaming protocol for 2 reasons. One, because if you choose the recording protocol, everyone gets a verbal announcement that you're recording. And secondly, because once you use the recording protocol, you can no longer start a local record. You have to, there's an order in which you have to do things, because technically it's a cloud record. So by using live stream, you're not actually live streaming, but you are grabbing those feeds and ingesting them into another system. So that's why. And Zoom Tiles, I just have running on a separate machine because we've been playing with it because it just came out and it's joined this meeting. It's not actually live streaming. We are live streaming, but sorry, Ray, go ahead.
Oh, just minor follow-up. Most of us think of live streaming in the sense of live streaming to a thing that anybody can see. And the reality is Zoom just knows it's live streaming to YouTube and it's live streaming to your Zoom ISO. And it does, what happens to it from there is up to you and Zoom ISO. But back to your variable, David.
Go ahead.
Go back and to that space where the variable goes and just type a $sign. Take out the variable, just the variable. Just type a $sign and the right paren or the left paren, whichever paren that is.
What right for this?
No, the kind of the beginning of the actual variable.
What's the beginning? Left yeah,
parenthesis.
I gotcha. Yeah. Is that parenthesis or is it one of those weird things?
I think it's
just a parenthesis.
There we go. Now what you need to do is find the Zoom OSC variable.
Right. So there's Zoom OSC.
I think if you type caller in the selected caller, scroll down
Callers
some more
and
till you get just the
group.
individual.
No. It's not a username? No.
It was selected caller with no plural, I think, but
Selected
so notice
caller.
that the name of the module is that really large OSC _ ISO _ module.
Right.
So now if you start to backspace, I think you can get to the colon, backspace towards the colon.
Yeah.
And type caller. C-A-L. And you're still,
No.
So David, if you just, so what you should do is go into OSC.
But wait,
the
don't we
ISO
want selected callers? Isn't that what we want? Because I'm
selected.
selecting
Yeah.
them, right?
If
So
there's, I'm guessing because the favorite will take more than one name. And if you only have one selected, it'll do one. If you've got two selected, it'll do two with this.
right. So select. Yeah, it's still not doing it. I don't think it's username. There's
Well,
something
you could
going
take
on.
what the documentation says is you only need the target type. It will assume that the target type's not there, I guess. If you just leave it out, it'll. Where was I reading that?
I think this is the target type.
No, that's the name.
No?
Because if you go look for that thing over in your variables thing, you'll see the value of that.
What is the target type? That's the problem.
Well, there are three target types, and I don't know. Are you looking at the documentation,
No.
John? Target type is either username, gal index, or target ID. And so if it's username, small user, capital N name.
Right. But so and user name, and then this would be the person's name.
Correct.
Right, which for some reason I don't think it's working. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it is working and I just don't know. It doesn't look like it.
How do you know if you know?
I don't know. Let me I'm gonna do favorite. Oh, that's what I did. Sorry. Yeah. Is it? I don't know.
Once they get their module working for all of that, it'll be much easier.
Yeah. Let me try their module just to see if block by user. See, it's not blocked by username. That's you want it's
favorite by. You scrolled by the favorite part.
Let me look.
Order.
Let me look quickly. So here are my actions, right? So this is iOS OSC module toggle mute state, single username, keep blank when you pre-select. This is what I want. Let me look up single. See, it doesn't. Why doesn't that come up? I don't know. Come on, Mike, help me out here. Gosh, leaving me hanging.
Leaving you hanging. Again, any OSC. So as you see, OSC __ ISO is always going to be related to OS. So that's going to be always a Zoom ISO variable, right? So anytime you're looking at any of the variables that you've got in your companion stuff, in your companion buttons, they're always going to be looking at these variables, and then you see the value on the right. Yeah. So there you go.
So,
Got
okay. So
nothing
if I
selected.
choose,
So you want to make sure that you've got a selection.
right. So let me go back. So now
Yeah, you should
the
be able to paste that in there right away.
into,
Yeah. So choose, there you go. And there you go. Now we just have to make sure we hit the right OSC path.
Favorite.
right. So this is the question. Is it username here?
A user with a capital N for name.
But we're sure it's username because
So based on the official tiles documentation and Zoom OSC command structure, target type is an optional argument that specifies how you're targeting the participant. So if it's optional, I would leave it out.
leave it out. Okay. Favorite. Oh, so wait. So now I need to select. Yeah, that didn't do anything.
Can we go back and verify that the variable actually has UN as the
Yeah, double check in the log. This would be the log, Ray, you want, right?
Well, I was thinking just over in the variables area. Click on variables and find that value.
Right. So the one that I chose was, whoops, sorry. One that I chose was
Selected callers.
selected callers.
Back to
Unfortunately,
variables and hunt for that.
you know what? Let me try something here. I want to do choosing OSC. Select.
Put that as the name of the button next to it so you can actually see what the variable says.
Yeah, but I want to see I'm looking for the OSC command to grab a person, basically.
Well,
I think it's going to be anything related to speaker, isn't it? Or caller.
Yeah.
So I would just put in the search caller and see if you get any hits.
Yeah. No.
see, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not involved in the direct programming of this, but I believe that the actual selection process, who's member of groups and that sort of thing, is done entirely within Companion. I don't think that those groups are actually sent over to Zoom via Zoom OSC. Put David and put Robert and put Jan in this group. The Zoom
Here, this
SDK doesn't need that. So it's all
right.
done internally.
So this is pre-select user by gallery position. Right? So when I click on this, what's happening is that selection is being made by gallery position. And then the action that I'm taking, so I press that, and then I click this, or for example, and it's just the action.
Right.
And you keep this blank because you pre-select.
So the internal code to the Zoom OSC function says if that's blank, go get the value of this pre-selected variable that
Correct.
has the person
Right.
in it.
Right. 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 And that's what doesn't seem to be happening for some reason. Yeah. Okay. We've spent enough time on this. You know what? I'm just going to sit here and press my working button because look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I'm just going to press my working button. Oh, man. It's exhausting. This work is exhausting.
It's all flowcharts in the end, Mr. Paskin.
I know.
This flows
it
to
is.
that. And the more you know about flowcharts too, the more you'll get actually really good at AI too.
Yeah.
When telling AI to do certain things.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking up the OSC commands. You can't see what's underneath them. So if we could see what's underneath them, we'd probably have a better idea of how to write. Single, no.
Well, you were close, David. You got one to work. So we just got
I'll
to.
take it. I'll take the win.
That's right.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, we've got a question from YouTube. Our first one, believe it or not.
Thank
The Hershey
God.
bar. Hershey bar is saving the day. He says,
Thank you, Hershey.
Why would Zoom show a gray screen while doing a screen share?
Didn't there used to be something like the first gen of the A10 Mini? Wasn't there something with a gray screen or something?
Yeah, with the ATEM, that was related to the Zoom was doing some color interesting stuff when it was using the USB capture coming from the ATEM, and it was more at that level, but not a bad thought, David. Any
What
thoughts?
was this question ATEM specific?
No,
Or is he-
I'm pretty sure Hershey does not have an ATEM.
No.
Okay,
I was just bringing it up because yeah.
Here would be my first thought, really. And that is, if you are trying to share a screen, not a window, not an application window, but a screen, and what you have on that screen is a Zoom window, and you have the don't show Zoom windows enabled,
Oh
it's
yeah.
going to just dump that out all by itself as a dark space. And it may appear black or gray or some shade, but it'll be mostly blankish.
It's a good call.
So, Hershey, there's if you have a follow up to that, does that make sense? As I know you're using your equipment over there, so
And
let us
it's
know.
the reason that I almost never use share window. I always use or share screen rather. I don't use the share screen because I might move something over on there. I always share the window that I want. So if I want to, I can bury that window underneath other stuff and not be showing stuff that I don't want people to see. And if necessary, I can simply click the share button again and move to another window.
And now they made switching a little easier now, didn't they? I think I remember that now you don't have to kill the whole share in order to change what you're.
You never had to. You never actually had to. They used to have the new share button in that little bar, but yet now, and we complained about this when we first saw it. Oh, the share button at the bottom is not green. Now when I tell people, oh, you need to do a share, click the green share button. I'd like that button to have something different on it, but okay, I get it. And the button's only green when you're actually sharing. And if you click the share button again, you get that interface to pick what do you want to share while the other share is still active. And then you pick something else and the other one slips right in.
Wait a second. Hold on. I'm going to share something. And now you're saying if I click the share button again,
yes, we still see the original share. Correct.
Yeah. But now I can change.
It's just the way the old next button used to be. Next share, go to something else.
Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. All right, gentlemen, I have to say farewell. Boy, deep dive on tiles today. I promise you, I was thinking in my potty break, I was thinking, how many people does it take to write one little, and you know that Andy, by the way, is going to be watching this and he's going to be like, oh guys, this is so simple. Come on. He'll set us straight.
It takes a Zoom village, Dave. That's how many people
it takes. A Zoom village.
That's
Wishing
right.
you guys a lovely weekend, everyone.
Take care, Mr. Paskin. See you next week. Cool. And her sheet said, I don't have a solid method of a hardware switcher or anything to do screen share presentations as of now. And I would like to know the best method to do screen share or share a website while still presenting to make a video. Mr. Harwood, thoughts?
Well, okay. You, the question's more complex maybe than it needs to be. Do you just want to show the screen that you're sharing, or do you want to show the screen that you're sharing and your video? All of that is dependent on what your recording settings are and whether you're doing a local recording or a cloud recording. I always recommend and I always use cloud recordings, and normally I set up to record the screen share by itself, the active speaker by itself, the gallery by itself, and sometimes some other stuff. I want to check my battery here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Ray, just to clarify, Hershey was saying he's doing the screen shares or sharing a website while he's presenting to make a video, as in he uses the Zoom system to actually record a video before he uploads it to YouTube.
Correct. And the other question I'd have is, are you going to do some editing, some post editing to bring these things together in the places that you want it? That's what I do for most of my clients who really want a more professional look, is I take that full screen share and I have my video editor shrink it down a little bit and kind of off to one side, and then I put the video up in the top so that it may cover a small corner of the screen share, but not usually too much, and then put a wallpaper behind it so that it's got some color and that sort of thing. But if you want to do it without any editing, then make sure that you have selected screen share and include the video of the person. And if you're recording locally, there's another checkbox. If you check during screen share, include the video of the person, there's another checkbox that says, do you want it to be overlaid or do you want it to be outside of the actual screen share? So make sure that you use that properly.
What, Ray, just for my sake, what would be the difference in the final video then at that point?
The final video, I don't know whether it expands from 1920 and 1080 and puts the additional video on the outside, or whether it shrinks the screen share and puts the video in, but you end up with the green bar or the black bar underneath the presenter.
Okay, so in normal sharing, it would be similar to what we have on YouTube, which is you would go top right, correct? And you'd be full screen share, and your video would be at the top right.
Yeah, I think so.
And the other scenario was, would it actually do sort of like a spotlight scenario where you have shared with the person beside it equal, or no?
No, there's the one with the overlap in the corner where the screen share is full, and then the other is, I think, they shrink the screen share enough to put your video in the upper corner so that it's not overlapping anything.
Right. No, John's contemplating that. Tell me, John.
No.
Zoom clips, dear boy. Use Zoom clips. Zoom clips, you specify your window, and then you can choose your video size, which is a circle. You can choose how big you're going to be on the screen. You can pick yourself up and move yourself around the screen. I'd love to show you, but as we all know, you can't run Zoom clips and Zoom at the same time. But yeah, you can fit your Zoom clip. I think I did a video about it on my channel about Zoom clips a while ago, which may explain some of it. I'll have a look. But yeah, Zoom clips is the way I would do it. I don't use Zoom clips all the time. The problem about Zoom clips is you can't do a video about Zoom in Zoom clips because you can't run Zoom and Zoom clips together. But if you're just sharing a web page and you're talking about a website, you could definitely use Zoom clips to create the content, and you'll get what you see is what you get. You won't have to edit it afterwards, and it'll be a lot easier. But if you have to incorporate Zoom itself in, then you've got to use something else.
Yeah, but if it's just you and a website, the other advantage is that you can actually pause the clips recording and go, okay, well, I'm going to be over here now, but now I want to be over here. You can actually move yourself around and change things and pause the recording and then start it back up when you're ready. Don't forget to unpause, which I've done a million times.
Yep. And of course, Hershey, if you want to get further than this, of course, and stay within the Zoom ecosystem, of course, like John and I did on Tuesday, where John had a share beside him in a 2-box, where I had him beside a share. But that again is Production Studio. And of course, you need to have at least a Webinars Plus and be able to do Production Studio would then be functional in Webinar Plus, but then you would have to record that Webinar Plus. And then you could upload that to YouTube, similar to what John and I do every Tuesday.
And Production Studio records locally, does it, Ray?
No. Production Studio records in the cloud.
Are you sure? Have you tried it recently? Because I accidentally did a local recording yesterday. I was using Production Studio to get a good layout, and I have a feeling
it might if you have local recording enabled, but
yeah,
I personally
didn't expect it. That's why I'm asking, you see.
Right. But if you do a local recording, it's building all that stuff on your machine anyway. Or is it? Is it building it in the cloud, or is it building it on your machine?
Production Studio now is in the cloud.
Machine and then converts it.
Yep.
Just having a
so
look now
it might have been if you were it might treat it like the screen share. It would be interesting to see what the file name is on the file that has the Production Studio feed on it.
Johnny, you looking to see if you have that?
I'm just trying to launch the video so I can see what happened.
But what's the name of the video? That to me is the important key.
And you went on mute. I don't know if you realized.
Yeah, because I didn't really want you to hear a sexual health video. It probably wouldn't go down well with YouTube if I started playing a sexual health video.
Right, got it.
It might increase our viewers shots.
Oh, I've got some pictures that will definitely increase our viewership. What is this?
And we're not talking about potty anymore.
I did a Production Studio layout with the screen share at the top and 3 speakers below.
Yep.
And in my local recording, I got the screen share at the top and 2 speakers below because we didn't have a 3rd speaker specified. So it recorded the Production Studio layout on the local recording.
What was the name of that file though? That's my curiosity. Is that does it say share screen on it, or does it say something else?
Good question.
I don't know, because unfortunately I'm meticulous and I've renamed it.
Oh.
But I went into the event and I did local recording. I'd activated Production Studio. It recorded at the beginning. I did actually expect it to record in the cloud, but I didn't realize it recorded locally until when I closed the meeting it said converting. But it did take the Production Studio version, and that's what it output, which surprised me because, like you, I expected it to do the standard layouts that it usually has. So, of course, now I want to find out how I did that by mistake so I can do that on purpose forever in the future.
And document it too, Mr. Drinkwater.
And tell everybody about it, definitely.
It's true. Yeah, actually, her sheet actually
I would ask the community forums for some help, but they're closed at the moment. But at least I've got their star community forum person here helping me.
We're sorry. Your question is very important to us. Please stay on the line while we rebuild
while we update our hardware and software.
Hey, I will ask really quick, guys. I asked Mike before, and John, he might have asked you too. Did you get an email saying something about you got badges from the community?
No, I haven't seen anything like that yet.
Okay. Because I got a series of, it was like 30 some emails saying, oh, we've granted you these badges. And I was, immediately on to, talking to Alexis. Hey, Alexis, did you know these? Because they didn't come from Zoom.
No, but they might have come from the other company that they're setting up the new community forums
and that's exactly what she wrote back. She goes, oh, no, we're working on the formats and the content of those now. You should not have received anything.
Yeah,
Oops.
but as you had the most badges to get, it's right that they should test on you. If they can fit all your badges in, the rest of us will be fine.
Yeah. Oh my.
Too funny. Too funny. So Hershey, I'm looking
And if
to
you
see.
think there are other companies as well as Zoom converting, that must be a nightmare for them all to be getting it off one system and putting it onto the other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Harshit, I'm looking for that in my Zoom chat that you sent to me. I will double check my other account as well.
So the other question I have,
go for it, John,
is what's going on and what was updated to allow it. I've suddenly got this logging into Zoom and it's coming up and asking me to put my local computer code in, my Windows code. And I don't know if it's a Windows update that's made that happen, or there's a Zoom update, or it's changed my way of logging in. But that's just
what kind
happened
of
in the last
Windows
couple of
code
days.
do you think it's asking for, John?
Well, you can have some apps, and instead of asking for your password on Windows, it will ask you to put
MFA?
your passkey in.
So
Yeah.
we're talking 2FA was built in to the login now, John?
Well, when you log in, I'm trying to think where you log into, and not iPad. So when you log into Windows,
yeah,
you have to put your 6-digit code in to get into the system.
Okay.
Well, you can do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't make any changes myself, but suddenly I've got Zoom. I mean, I can't log out of Zoom because I'm talking to you on it. But when I log into Zoom now, instead of it asking me to take my password out of my password program, it's asking me to put in my number code. And I just seem to. I'm wondering if it's the Windows update. It's kicked the two together, and it's just suddenly just started.
It feels to me that Microsoft might have forced your Microsoft account.
Yeah.
On your Windows.
I think it could be something like that, but it was really, really. I know there's lots of now. I mean, there's just a multitude of ways now that you can log in for Zoom. It's got, it seems to support everything. But it was I'm just asking because that just suddenly happened this week. But
and I'll go you one worse, John. I just upgraded the drive that I had on my computer from a 1 terabyte hard drive, which made the system crawl, to a 4 terabyte NVMe, M.2. And I wanted to keep the other drive on there, and I could not get the boot sector to properly do its thing, and so I reinstalled Windows from the ground up on the 4 terabyte, and I've reinstalled all of my apps, or most of my apps by now, there have been some very interesting revelations of things that even the update doesn't give you.
I put the name in the chat, the company that I use for when I do copies of drives from one place to another.
Yeah, EAS US. I don't know how you say that, but EASUS. Yeah.
And I actually have Synology. I've got a Synology 6600AX router, and I've got their NAS drive. I've got 5 drives in a bay and 2 RAID drives and a backup in case one fails and all that kind of stuff. And I do all the backups of everybody in the house and that kind of stuff. And so the restore actually went very, very well. And I've done that with my wife's computer when she upgraded some time ago and that sort of thing. But it could not create the EFI boot sector to coexist with another one on the same device.
Yeah.
And I just finally gave up trying and said, I'm going to do a fresh install and let that take care of it. And it did.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, again, our IT team, we actually will do that as well, Ray, from like a 1 to a 2 or 2 to a 4. We use Clonezilla. And that one actually will do without any issues the boot sector and everything. It is
but most of
1 and
these
0 to
boot
1
up
and 0
within their own environment, so they're like their own Linux build, so they're not in Windows, and then they do a copy of the one drive to the other drive, and then you reboot back into Windows. Because you are right, when you're in Windows, you can't have those 2 boot sectors living in the same time.
Yeah. So again, Clonezilla is an ISO. You can just download that ISO and flash it to a local USB drive, and you just boot into Clonezilla, and then you just basically follow the instructions. Clonezilla is a little IT-ish, but where ease use is got more graphical interface, so it's up to you. But those two definitely, it's up to you. The Clonezilla has been reliable in the regards of it's doing a Linux, basically, for lack of terminology, it's doing a Linux DD, which is basically, it's taken sector by sector, and it's literally going, it's saying, okay, this sector on this drive is going to this sector on this new drive. So it's literally.
That would be interesting if I actually had all of my drives on the system at one time. But in the same process, the M.2 drive that I had for a secondary data drive was a 0.5 terabyte, and I dropped a 2 terabyte up in its place. And so the only drive that I had was the hard drive, which had the system on it, not the other one. And yeah, I mean, I could have done that, but anyway, like I said, the restore process with Synology went very, very smoothly. So it just couldn't handle the. And I did do the IT dive into BCD boot. If you've ever run the BCD boot command, which is supposedly going to fix all of that, and I tried that 6 ways from Sunday, and apparently I needed 6 days from Saturday or something. I don't know. It just didn't do well.
Yeah.
So I after 2 full days of messing with it, I'll just say that. I said, no, okay, I'm just going to do that. And by the end of the day, I had an operating machine. It was pretty cool.
Fantastic. So the only other question we have really is, our lovely Josh has been announcing all these wonderful things.
Yes.
But in the way that lovely Josh does announce these lovely things, he doesn't tell you what you've got to buy or what you've got to have subscriptions to get the access to all these toys.
Well, nobody in Zoom does, in my opinion. That's just me. I've had.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Product managers want to talk about products, and they leave how much is it going to cost you to the sales department.
Well, and one, I think we know Imogen. She came to me a couple of weeks ago with a client that had an event and all scheduled up and all selling tickets. And all of a sudden they discovered that, we're going to have more people than our license will allow, because someone from Zoom sold them I can't remember if it was 100 or a 500 subscription license. They said, we're going to have more than that. Can we just add on another 100? And I said, the only real suggestion I have for you is to go pay per attendee. And that helped them, but it was a painful process, and they had 3 days to do it in. So I tell everybody, reach out to me if you've got any questions on Zoom licensing. I can't say that I know everything, but I can tell you I go head to head with anybody that says, I know licensing, and I know stuff. Happy to help people out. 30-minute phone call for free, just because the more I understand about what's actually happening, the more I can help you.
Yeah. And I also wanted to throw up this slide from a previous liminal engagement too, since everybody's talking about proper licensing. This is a reminder to the Zoom Test Kitchen community that, again, by the end of the month, your liminal licensing might be over. So you have to make sure that you do get a Zoom Events platform type license so that you can continue to use Zoom ISO, Zoom OSC. And if you're following along with what we're doing today on Zoom Tiles, it's also affected as well. So I just wanted to throw that up there to make sure that everybody gets over that. Go, John.
And to be pedantic about it, your license expired at the end of last year, and you are now in a grace period of generosity by Liminal to keep you going another month and a week. So yeah, you've got to get that all sorted, because we are. Yeah,
because again, we had that problem. Actually, David realized, even though he was using Tiles last week as well, but he also realized too, when he double checked his license, it was actually in that grace period as well. So he
No,
actually is
David's
expired
problem
as well.
was David's problem was different. I think David's problem was different. I think he bought his PPA license a little over a year ago, and as Andy said, once that license expires, you have to buy another PPA license. And I don't know. Some more conversation went about that. Andy said, you should have gotten an email saying that your license is about to expire or something. And my comment back to that was, I don't think David ever used any of his PPA licenses. And David confirmed, no, I've never really had a PPA event. I've just used the license. And Andy's, response to that to me, which was reasonable, is, but at least on the last day, you should have gotten the email that said that your license is expired. And if you didn't, then we need to do something. So I often remind people, you need to know when your annual renewal is for all of your big annual Zoom licenses. You need to know when that renewal date is. And if you have one of those subscription licenses of Zoom events, that's the day that it renews. But the other thing you need to track is your PPA license purchases. Whenever you buy a set of tickets, whether it's 50 or 100 or 600 or 1,000, you have free reign to use those until they run out or until a year later, at which point they all turn into dust. So that was really Dave's problem, is apparently his PPA licenses turned to dust, and when he tried to log in, it said, nope, can't do that. But $125 or whatever the 100 license is, or maybe it's, I don't know, can you get the 50 license for PPA?
You can now.
50 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I was stuck last week, Ray, saying that it was 100 too, but there's
it's a dollar. It's $125 because it's 50 times $2.50. Except I guess you can get the Webinars Plus one instead, which is 50 times $2, which is $100. So that's the cheapest route.
Yeah, that was the number. Yeah, in US dollars. Yeah, that is the number that was mentioned last week. Hershey actually sent me the actual YouTube video for me to actually take a look at that, where the actual screen went gray when he started sharing. And I definitely have two questions for Hershey, in which I mentioned in YouTube chat, as we've been talking about licensing, as you guys have been talking about licensing, is that it's totally gray in YouTube. And I will share it with my guys here so they can see it, because I don't want any content strikes of any sorts for us either. But I have this feeling that you might be showing content that is either A, has audio that is copyright, and that is YouTube doing that to you, or B, that the content itself has been struck by the people that you're showing from their website. Because if I'm not mistaken, when I scrub over that portion of it, because you have the chapter.
Yeah, YouTube does not, bots does not like what it thinks is personal data, even if it's fictitious personal data. I've done that before. I've had a fictitious set of customers, so I can show how you import and export, and YouTube has come down and struck it off because it thought I was sharing personal data. That could be a possibility.
AI for you.
Yeah. So basically, from what I see, her sheet is that, and I'm just letting the guys know it was at the 4-minute mark. Basically, you're showing something from NBC News. Now, it very well could be that NBC News has found this, and that was the polite way of giving you a content strike by them blacking that out, or that you are playing some audio related to that was copyrighted material, which you do not have rights to on your channel. So that was the way that YouTube got around that portion of it. Now, if this was in your master copy that you uploaded to YouTube as such, that the gray was there as well, then that was definitely from you. So then I would double check your master that you sent up to YouTube first to see if it's there. And if it's not there, then that is definitely YouTube's system blocking you because you've done something they feel is quote unquote inappropriate.
But usually
in one
they
way
just,
or another.
They just stop you going live. They don't tend to grey it out. They just give you
I
a
think it's
strike.
yeah, and I played it a little bit. There's a much larger chunk further down in the video that's also grayed out, and the audio is still there, but
Okay.
I think because it was a female talking, I believe, on that part, so it might have had content that was copyrighted, not even by, I don't know. So somebody said, nope, that belongs to me, and sometimes they will blank it out, but usually they'll just whack you in the head and make your video go away.
Yeah. And again, it feels to like if it was the share, I would expect, Rashid, if you did normal share in the recording, that I would at least see you at the top right. And I'm not even seeing you there either. This feels like this was imposed at YouTube's level. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
This particular video that we're watching doesn't have anybody in it. So it's not, is this actually Harshid's recording?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's Rashid there that you guys are actually see as his thumbnail as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you then. Does the let me ask Harshid this, and you can.
Yeah, I'll let you know what he says in chat. Sure.
And if this was a local recording, or regardless of how you actually did the recording, did the recording look like this, or did it only look like this on YouTube after you uploaded it? Or was it a stream? I guess that's my other part. Was it a stream? Did you also record it locally or in the cloud? And does the cloud or local recording look the same as what you see on YouTube?
Right. And that's where I was saying that, if I would check if you did do it local as a local record, I would check your master that's at your local record that you uploaded to see if it's there. And if it's there, then of course it was Zoom. But if it's not there and you added it to YouTube system, and then all of a sudden it's magically all of a sudden in this specific part on YouTube, then YouTube's system has done, it basically has gone through and gone, no, I'm not happy with this, grayed out.
Yeah.
Because there's something that it found visually, at least from what Ray's telling me, that you're actually still hearing audio. So that's half the battle. It was visually inappropriate in YouTube's criteria of sorts. Hershey was saying it was just a simple article, no audio. If there's any audio, that is my screen reader just reading the screen with basic text. Did it sound like a screen reader, right? I haven't listened to the audio.
At the time I was listening to that, I was also hearing your voice. I didn't mute you so that I could hear just that, but it was a female voice, and it did kind of sound computer generated, but that was just an impression, and I didn't listen that close.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I would double check what if you did stream live when you did the recording, and then that could potentially be YouTube as well doing that live. And they obviously, if they did it live, it would also be on your video on demand on your archive. But I would double check your master video and audio as well, and see if it's actually there or not in your master video at that point. If you see what you should be seeing at that timestamp on your master, then definitely it's something that YouTube has blocked, and because again, they will scrub through it when you upload the video. That is normal for YouTube system to actually scrub through it, because you can imagine how many thousands of videos they have a minute and all kinds of wonderful things that people want to try to post and get through the system so that they can magically have wonderful graphics similar to what our Zoom bombers use to come and visit us. That Robert almost thought we had today, but it was only Tony Mobley. Tony safe. Cool. Any other questions from YouTube? Let us know in chat. And Harshit, of course, if you've got more information about this, let us know. So guys, do we have a meeting with Josh this week? Let me say that. I don't know if that's true or not. And I don't know if I can come. That would be the other question too, because this is going to be a busy week for me.
All right, and Mike, I've just muted you while I listened to the video. And so the audio that I heard was a screen reader reading off a URL, but his voice is kind of on either side of that now that I listened to a longer segment. So yeah, I don't know, just I did listen, and it wasn't just a female voice, but I did hear that female voice, which was sort of like, oh, well, that's different, but it would, could have been a screen reader. So cool. And with that, I need to go do some real work. I am still working on my global event registration system for my nursing event that I have in April. It's coming along pretty nicely, the event and all of that kind of stuff. And hopefully maybe hop in again next Friday.
Cool, right? We love having John. What did you call him? The ultimate Zoom champion?
I've heard John call me things before, but that was priceless. I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere. The other cool thing, that John sort of mentioned, the community is down for now while they are basically importing all of that data over into the new system for those of you that might be community champs or community users. And next Thursday is when the new system is supposed to go live. If you read the thing, it's on the 22nd. And, that'll be very interesting for us maybe to take a look at the new community next week. I mean, I think there'll be a couple of additional release notes that come out. I am really looking forward to what the Zoom Events is going to have for us this month. And if you've looked at the preview notes, you might find out that something we have mentioned here in the past might actually be on tap for February.
Yeah. Oh, that's Ray teasing everybody. Were you listening, Zoom Test Kitchen?
Do you know about the preview notes?
Do we know about the premium notes or
preview notes? The
preview notes.
So you talk to John. John will tell you about the preview notes. You can only get to them if you actually have a Zoom account, and if you are, I think, an owner or an admin. I don't think the public actually has direct access to it, but if you're an owner of your own private account, you would be the owner, so you could actually get to it. But it's in the very same location where the release notes are, and they have typically a 1 month forward look at what is kind of in the mill. It's all got the huge disclaimer that we're not promising anything, but this is what we think we're working on, and it's very, very interesting reading to have access to it.
Cool. Glad you could join us, Ray. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
Have a good week.
See you later, guys. You too.
Yeah. Bye. Mr. Drinkwater, you've been busy. Were you scrubbing Rashid's video? I saw you busy there.
I was trying to try and screenshot his picture, but he went away too quick.
Oh, Mr. Ray?
Yeah.
Excellent. Very cool. So that is my answer, Rashid. Without me, again, I can't do it. I don't want to do it live here because I don't want necessarily it to happen to us here live. So, but I could dig at it a little more offline. I'll keep the URL. John, I don't know if you had a chance to look at it to see if there's anything.
Gray usually means that what you tried to share isn't there, or you're not allowed to share.
Right.
I don't think not allowed to share is going to be applicable in this case because it's his own account.
Yeah, that is his YouTube channel. So it's not that he doesn't have rights to put up anything, but it could be the content that he was showing triggered something.
In the share process. That's why.
Yeah. So definitely double check the master and see if it did that there, because that looks to me, it looks, because there's a bit of a gradient on it, it feels like it's not Zoom doing that. It almost feels like it's a mask of some sort that YouTube has actually put over the top of that video in their post as they converted your video from what you gave them to being compatible with the YouTube system. I know a bit about this type of trick. So in the back end, because I've done it before, but I don't know if that's what they're actually applying, because I don't know what would have triggered it. So that it becomes the caveat of that. So what you may want to do is also, again, taking into consideration that that chapter there is now out of use at this particular point, is to cut those portions out and try to re-upload the video and see if YouTube is then happy with it. Should you find that in your master it was that without any issues. Yes, John, you were sharing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just sharing a grey screen. So if I share my wrong screen, I end up with a grey screen.
Oh, okay. Was that is that you looking at the YouTube full screen? Is that what you're doing? This is just out of fun curiosity's sake. SSL UDM 192. SSL. I think I know that brand. 192. That is that solid state logic SSL? I'm just double checking with her sheet on that one. I have a feeling that that's a yes. Because I'm getting all kinds of different solid. Let me try this again here. Solid state logic UDM 192. Ah, there we go. UDM 192 is actually together, one word. Okay. Interesting. So just to let everybody know where her sheet is actually asking us to take a look at. It's actually as solid state. It's a product made by Solid State Logic. It is basically an audio interface unit that you would bring in audio into your PC or into your infrastructure. In this case, you would actually also use it for MADI or Dante based audio. So it is an audio. So basically it'll take, let me just take a look at the back of it here. So there's a couple of, yeah, so you have a lot of MADI based in and outs. You'd have a lot of Dante based in and outs over, and a couple of the ports or PoE. My thoughts of that is it would depend on your environment. If you want to be able to have a mixture of MADI audio gear and Dante audio gear to be brought in via USB, then this definitely would be the best of both worlds to be able to do that. Without digging any more into it than that, but that would be what I'm seeing so far. It handles quite a lot of channels. So this would not, yeah, 192, which is very impressive. And again, you know, if you are trying to bring in some audio from Blackmagic, which of course, if you get into the bigger Blackmagic switchers, they have MADI ports. So you'd be able to bring audio out of the PC or into the PC, vice versa, into a Blackmagic video switcher if you wanted to. But again, the higher end ones that actually have the MADI port in the back, which I believe include the Extreme Pro ISO version 2, I believe has a MADI port now too. My brain's something in my brain is triggering that, but definitely would be if you're okay, good. So it is Mac and or Windows, so that's good. As far as ASIO drivers are concerned, that's good. Yeah, ASIO driver or VDM driver, good. 192. And again, it depends on your kilohertz that you want to run. But again, it would depend on the content that you're running. For speech, of course, 44 and 48 is more than plenty. But if you want to go up to all the way up to 192, of course, you're again based on the amount of processor need that the actual interface can handle. Obviously, you start seeing the amount of channels start to dip from 192 down to 128, depending on how you've got things configured. Powerful unit, solid state logic is solid state logic. They're big boys for a reason, and they play. And these are big boys, and this is big boy toys. Would I use this in a studio? I would use this in a studio that would recording an orchestra. Yes. Notice what I said there, though. I said orchestra, because then this is where you need the port count to be that high. I would not use this in a studio. It makes no sense. If you've got only 16 ports and I have the capability of up to 192, no, this would be major, major, major overkill. Now, again, if you wanted to bring in Maddie and be able to, again, I don't know if it will do a handoff between Maddie to Dante or not, but that in itself would be useful. But again, this unit would definitely be used in concerts, live concerts that are being done inside of large auditoriums. So venue type of concerts, orchestra type of concerts, because of the amount of audio channel depth of this unit and capabilities of this unit, it would be severely underutilized in a very small 1, 2, 3, 4 person podcast room. This would be majorly overkill. And from what Johnny just told me, is that American, John? That price? That's American. And for the price count too, yeah, you can get a lot of microphones for that price. Now, again, if you want to route everything digitally using Dante or Maddie, sure. Are there other ways of doing it? Of course, there's totally other ways of routing audio. I would not route audio over NDI just because it loves the clock. When it comes to PTP clock, is a lot more stable in Dante and Maddie versus NDI. So it's up to you if that's okay or not. But when audio is concerned, where you want to make sure audio and video are always in sync, then definitely you want to play with the big boy toys. You don't want to be using NDI for audio because it will eventually drift on you. If it has been fixed, and that was up to within the last couple of versions that I've been playing with and our team has been playing with, we haven't seen any audio improvements since. But yeah, very nice little toy, and definitely up there in cost. But again, you're not only paying for the name, which you are in this case, solid state logic, but you're also paying for their expertise in this environment, right? Because they are one of the big go-tos when it comes to audio mixers in the main world. When it comes to the large venue type concert venues, you'll see a solid state logic being deployed in large studios, or you'll see them even in large concerts. They're not necessarily the one that is on most large band riders nowadays, but it definitely is a nice unit. And yes, that gives me a bit of a segue to what Hershey is actually saying. He was talking about this product is coming out next week during NAMM. This was a NAMM announcement. So yes, I will be a busy boy next week, virtually participating in NAMM show 2026. So I'm not sure if I'll be around, Johnny, on Thursday for the Zoom community launch, which very conveniently also is the first day of the NAMM show 2026, especially the trade show portion of it. Hershey is saying, I know it. All I know is NBC is hosting the Olympics with audio description in stereo. That sounds super fun, and that's on the apps and on cable. Oh, good. Yeah, again, Hershey and I have had a lot of conversations about visually impaired type stuff, and it looks like NBC is actually finally mentioned that they will actually have audio description and embedded in their actual coverage of the Olympics. So that's really good stuff. It's really good stuff. I know that I have not heard officially what CBC will be doing in Canada regarding that. Johnny, do you know who's grabbing that in the UK Olympics? No. I'm not sure if it would be BBC or not, but I know CBC's got the rights to the Olympics here in Canada. And I know that there will be definitely a portion that should be audio, especially the large, well seen events of the Olympics will probably have audio description in it in Canada. I don't know if everything will, but that doesn't mean it won't at least have at minimum subtitling, guaranteed it'll at least have subtitling. I can almost with 100% confidence say it'll have subtitling, but as far as audio description of the feeds, I don't know 100% what CBC is doing as of yet, and I do know that they may not have it on their main channel, but there is relationships with some of the companies that Hershey, you and I have talked about in the past that would actually take that coverage and actually run with it with audio description on full time. So yeah, NAM is next week. So we will see if it's similar to the under overwhelming CES that from all my contacts have not been impressed with that. The commuter show, consumer CES, there we go, CES show was very underwhelming. And in stereo, Mike, you were saying audio description in stereo. Nice. Okay, I fully understood that now. Okay, so again, so you'll have a bit of separation of if you're having multiple announcers, you'll actually be able to tell that, again, it might be more stereo mixed where you'll be able to tell that the left person is speaking versus the right. Nice. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, because normally audio description is usually in mono because it's just one person speaking, usually. But that's cool. All right. So yeah, so NAM show is next week. We will see how it does. It definitely looks smaller, even though the venue is identical. The amount of booths currently that I've seen at this particular point are less than pre-COVID numbers. So we will see how they do. Okay, Hershey is just giving me more of an update. He says every event I think every event you will see, I think is what he's saying there. In the small events, we'll have stereo, which is part that's fascinating is them putting cost to stereo audio description. Yeah. Again, it's a bit of a step up because in theory, the audio description channel is a left-right channel that they've been that is mono. I've explained this quickly when it comes to the Canadian system up here in Canada, is that when we have the audio description functionality in Canada for the certain channels that are mandated to have audio description content for majority of their content, it is, again, if it's done live, it's usually mono, but if it's done in post, it will be done in stereo. So that's very cool that they've decided to do it live in stereo. Again, it's just a matter of if you know audio panning, you're just basically cheating the system per se and not just running everybody into one straight both channels. That's all. So it can be done with a little bit separate stereo separation. You're not going to get audio description and surround sound. Now that would be actually awesome if they could actually have it in the rear channels of a 7.1 or a 5.1 scenario. That where audio description would be in the back while you're looking forward and you're getting the crowd from the front. Now that would be really cool. Is that capability in Canada? It is, if they want to enable it, is my answer. Because the audio description feed in Canada is we actually have to go to, it's similar to it's similar to a SAP channel, where it's its own dedicated audio space. And that's the way it's sort of treated here. So in theory, if they could send, if the broadcaster, the cable company, cable code company, or the telecom company that you're getting your TV service from can send out to their system in 5.1 or 7.1, they in theory could actually do audio description in 7.1 if they wanted to, or 5.1. But yeah, that would be really cool. But again, it's more logistics that they have to bring from the Olympics. And again, it depends on where it's getting done. If it's getting done locally in the States, or if it's actually getting done at the master at the Olympic Center, where they're mandating all the stuff there. But cool. Any other questions before we wrap it up for this week on the Zoom Test Kitchen? Mr. John, any questions? Give me a chance to stop talking for a second there. No? All right. All right, I'll just wait for a few more seconds before we wrap it up. And we'll wrap it up at the hour, and we'll let everybody have a good weekend. And again, just for everybody, just as a quick reminder while I'm doing that, again, don't forget that liminal apps are included in the Zoom Events platform. If you do not have the Zoom Events platform, so that means your Zoom ISO, your Zoom OSC, and your Zoom tiles, and also, even though it wasn't mentioned in this one, the actual graphics toolkit, all four of them, even though the graphic is there, all four of those would be affected within I would say by February, without a doubt. So definitely check your licensing, especially if you have an event coming up like Hasmuth did last week, where he was concerned that he didn't have, can't remember which liminal app it was, but it was one of them that he was concerned that he was seeing notices that he may be having licensing issues. So make sure you double check. And if you haven't done that before, go through the full process. And as it said there, enable license activation when signed in with a hub host Zoom account. So make sure that once you actually log in with that hub host Zoom account, that is the account and the only account that will be able to use the liminal apps. So keep that in mind. All right, cool. So any last words, Mr. John, before we wrap it up this week, sir? I'll use my British accent a little bit. It wasn't great though.
No, I'll see those that can make it for Lord Zoom Live next week. And there are some other Lord Zoom Live events that will be going next week. Basically, I'm recording a load of content, but I'm going live as I record it. So it's an easier way of getting things onto YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, don't forget to join John and I for Lord Zoom Live every Tuesday at our new time. John, tell everybody.
You've got to be there for being there at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah.
And if you really watch out, you might find that I could be doing something a couple of hours before that, which is why I moved it back a bit so I can fit into events in that area of time.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Our YouTube audience is very, very quiet. And Hershey, well done. You made it to the second to the list. And of course, unfortunately, I'm the first because I did the most posting. But you made it second. So congratulations on that, sir. You get that official blue number 2 vote of the points from YouTube. So good job on that. And on that note, it's karaoke time.
Welcome to the Zoom Test Kitchen, where the magic happens. Live every Friday.
That's right, Mr. John Drinkwater. No wreck. We didn't wreck anything because everybody saw us on YouTube this week. Thanks everyone for joining us this week on the Zoom Test Kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave us today to let YouTube know how much you love our content. And also, it doesn't hurt for us to have Zoomies come visit us. So definitely let everybody know how much you love us by subscribing and liking our channel. We're here every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And next week, you never know what's going to happen because it's going to be an interesting week. Are we going to get the community back, the Zoom community infrastructure back? We'll see. Will they make it? Will they make their launch date a Thursday? You never know what Zoom has got up to this week. Take care, everybody on YouTube, and see you next week.